shot my baby. Hurry, please.
Who was it that shot them?
It was her grandma.
In January 2022, a tragic case of child abuse emerged in Scottsdale, Arizona, when Jasa Davis Smith was found unresponsive in a bathtub at an Extended Stay America hotel. He had been staying with his grandmother, Stephanie Davis, and her husband, Thomas Deere. Despite being rushed to the hospital, Jasa was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. An autopsy revealed severe injuries consistent with prolonged abuse. Davis and Deere were arrested and charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and evidence tampering. Further investigation uncovered a history of mistreatment involving Jasa and his younger half-brother. Despite Davis's claims that Jasa's injuries were self-inflicted, evidence and witness testimonies painted a grim picture of ongoing abuse. Reports to the Department of Child Safety had been made for over 5 years, but no action was taken. In June 2022, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office announced it would seek the death penalty for Davis and Deere due to the severity of the crime. By May 2023, additional charges of kidnapping and abuse were filed. In December 2023, while awaiting trial, Deere was accused of murdering his cellmate at Lower Buckeye Jail, resulting in another death penalty notice. Their trials are set to continue into February 2025, with both facing the possibility of execution.
Someone shot my baby. Hurry, please.
Who was it that shot them?
It was her grandma.
In December 2022, a family dispute in Ohio turned deadly when Mia Harris shot her granddaughter, Myra, during a heated argument. What began as a physical fight escalated into gun violence, leaving Myra critically injured.
And I had to plead for my life, and then you shot my daughter in front of me. That will never go away.
Doctors initially gave Myra only days to live, but she defied the odds and survived, though she now faces long-term health complications. During police questioning, Harris exhibited erratic behavior, prompting concerns about her mental state. Psychological evaluations revealed potential mental health issues, with 2 doctors attributing her actions largely to substance abuse. It was disclosed that she had recently purchased marijuana from an unknown dealer. On February 23, 2023, Harris pleaded guilty to felonious assault. At her sentencing hearing, she submitted a written statement to the judge but did not speak. Family and friends testified to her previously clean record, expressing disbelief at her actions.
They don't even know how she's alive right now. That is just God, and I know that you know that just as much as me. And I really pray because I don't know why you did this.
On March 10th, 2023, Harris was sentenced to 9 to 12 years in prison. In Middletown, Ohio, the death of James Hutchinson left the community in mourning. Concerns about neglect and mistreatment in his home had been raised, as his mother, Brittany Gosney, struggled with caregiving responsibilities. In the days leading up to his death, Gosney reportedly disciplined James and his siblings harshly. She later took them to Rush Run Park in Preble County, intending to abandon them. When James tried to re-enter the car, a tragic accident occurred, resulting in his death. Gosney sought help from her boyfriend, James Hamilton, to cover up the incident. Authorities determined that James's remains had been dumped in the Ohio River near Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Despite extensive searches, his body was never recovered. In September 2021, Gosney was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 21 years. Hamilton, who helped conceal the crime, pleaded guilty in August 2021 to charges including kidnapping, gross abuse of a corpse, and child endangerment. He was sentenced in October 2021 to a maximum of 19 years in prison. In December 2021, Imam Muhammad Hassan Adam, a respected leader at the Masjid Abu Huraira Mosque in Columbus, Ohio, went missing under mysterious circumstances. 2 days later, his body was found in his van near Windsor Avenue, bearing multiple injuries, including a fatal head wound. The horrific crime deeply shook the community, sparking widespread grief and calls for justice. Investigators identified John Wooden Jr. and Isaiah Brown Miller as the culprits. It was revealed that the pair had kidnapped, robbed, and shot Imam Adam on December 22, 2021. Wooden, the mastermind behind the attack, held the Imam hostage before shooting him multiple times. The brutality of the crime left Imam Adam's family and community devastated.
It's been difficult at every moment and every second.
Wooden was later arrested and charged with aggravated murder, kidnapping, and aggravated robbery. In October 2023, a Franklin County jury convicted him on all counts. During sentencing, the courtroom was filled with Imam Adam's supporters, highlighting his significant impact as a spiritual leader. Wooden received a sentence of 73 years to life in prison. Brown Miller, who was also involved, faced charges of aggravated robbery and kidnapping. After 2 mistrials, he was convicted in March of 2024 and sentenced to 26 to 31 years in prison. In 2001, Brenda Andrew, a Sunday school teacher from Oklahoma, was accused of conspiring to murder her estranged husband, Robert Andrew, a prominent advertising executive. The crime occurred in the family's garage where Robert was shot as he arrived to pick up his children for Thanksgiving. Investigators uncovered that Brenda had planned the murder with her lover, James Pavatt. After committing the crime, the two fled to Mexico, but were eventually caught upon re-entering Texas. Prosecutors presented a strong case, and Brenda was convicted of first-degree murder in 2004, receiving a death sentence. The prosecution argued that the murder was premeditated, motivated by financial gain, as Brenda aimed to collect her husband's life insurance. Her affair with Pavatt further implicated her in the crime. Years later, Brenda appealed her conviction, claiming that the jury's focus on her personal life unfairly influenced the verdict. However, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals upheld her conviction and death sentence in a divided ruling. As of now, Brenda Andrew remains on death row, awaiting execution. James Pavatt, her accomplice, was also sentenced to death, with his execution scheduled for July 11, 2024.